front three with Garnacho, with Rashford, with Højlund. Will they do the press? But if they do the press, I see it time and time again, it's only done half-eyed. They have to press and press together. So competing, that's what it's all about. But Ten Hag needs to get them from the off right up for it.
Yeah, no, I do think that's the best starting 11 in terms of the front three. Rashford, Højlund and Garnacho, all of them have got bags full of pace. And to get in behind the Villa back four, who will leave us space in behind. But for me, in the transition, when we're turning the ball over in our half, we need Bruno Fernandes. We desperately need him for this game because I think he's at his best when he gets the ball around that centre circle and he pings one ball out to either Rashford or Garnacho on the right-hand side because he can knit things together like that. As we were aware, he got his red card overturned, what he suffered against Tottenham. Did he put in a good performance against Porto? No, he didn't. I did expect a captain's performance from Bruno that night, going back to Portugal, exporting Lisbon player, playing at Porto, and we didn't really see it again. Now, this is a huge game. Premier League's your bread and butter. We need the 3 points. Will it be enough to save Erik ten Hag and his job? A lot of speculation, only intensifying since Friday as well around Erik ten Hag in the media, etc. So Jim Ratcliffe's going to be there watching himself. Put everything in. Fight for every single ball.
Yeah, listen, that's the minimum requirement, fight for every single ball. I do worry about Bruno. I hope he puts on a good performance. I hope he turns it round. But it's a big hope, to be honest with you. He has been playing poorly. To turn it round in such a short space of time, I think the odds are against him, really. He should have been dropped. He should have been rested. And then with an eye to this game, to be honest. But he's in the deep end. He's got to do it. So let's just hope he concentrates and gets them passes and doesn't dilly-dally on the ball. The atmosphere, I think, will get United players playing football and right up for the occasion. Honest to God, if you've not been to Villa Park, that atmosphere, when it goes, from both sides, from the away fans and the home fans, once it starts, it just rises them players. So Bruno, with a bit of luck, can sort of like stick his head up and get stuck in. But it is a big worry.
That sort of atmosphere, though, at Villa Park, it could go the opposite way. Like we've seen with Manchester United, especially in recent games, people could go back as far as 12, 18 months where it could suck the life out of Manchester United and their players. Anything that goes against them, any setbacks in the game, we've got a feeling that they could possibly capitulate some of these players because you mentioned before, and it should be the minimum requirement, that they should fight for every ball. We've not seen that this season.
No, we haven't. But the thing is, it's a different ball game. There's lots of scenarios going on outside. The noise outside is deafening about this game. About is this manager, this player, and all that. And I think that atmosphere, honest to God, you have to be inside the ground when the two fans go at it. They go at it, and it is great, and it's just different. So really, really looking forward to it. I've just got to think to myself, I think it will be hard fought, and I'm hoping, and that's all I can do at this moment because the performance is what we keep seeing, the same setup. It's just the same thing over and over again. I'm just hoping that this is a hard fought game. That's what I want, and that United actually can nick it 1-0. Some people might think I'm mad. But I think United will set up differently. I think Erik ten Hag has to set up differently. And the players have to react to what's going on, not just on the pitch, with outside as well. Yes, lots of pressure, but I think Manchester United, the people inside there, are used to pressure. This is Manchester United Football Club. Some people think it's the biggest club in the world. I do. And they're used to it. So I think they'll be prepared for this and they'll handle it well. They just have to stay tight, and that's why I think they've got to compete, and that's why I think it's going to be hard fought, and it'll be 1-0. This won't be a massive score. It won't be a massive game where there's loads of goals and everything else like that. I just can't see it. I think both sides have had a tough European week, and this will be a hard fought, closely fought 1-0.
I think Erik ten Hag might tweak this, and we've talked about the press. We've seen Man United try and press, especially this season, and I don't actually think he'll put that much emphasis on the front three and even particularly Bruno Fernandes in pressing their back four when they're in the possession. I think he will need to do that So Man United can drop off and kind of try and stay a little bit more compact instead of Aston Villa trying to suck us in with the front three, trying to press, which doesn't work, and then for them to play around us, which then leaves huge gaps in our midfield. And then next thing you know, Villa are facing our back four with chances created on our goal. And I do think he'll actually make that tweak in this game. I hope he does anyway. And I also expect him to put Agati and Mainu in midfield, because Casemiro and Eriksen, people might say Eriksen's been fairly decent this season in going forward, but we need them legs in midfield for me. And I think Mainu and Agati will definitely give us that. Because Aston Villa in the middle of the park and all over the team, really, they're a very aggressive team. They want to get the ball back as soon as possible if they do lose that. And as soon as they get it, they're always looking to play the ball forward. So for me, cut out all this pressing in the front three, the front four of Manchester United, because it's clearly not working right now. Drop back a little bit deeper, at least 5 or 10 yards, and just try and keep that midfield a little bit more compact with the wide players tucking in, because we will need to do that, because they will look at attacking us down the flanks, Aston Villa, because Ollie Watkins is a real danger in that box. And if they start getting crosses in, like we did see against Porto, we will be punished. So, hopefully it does make that little tweak, which I think will make a difference.
A huge difference has to be made with that back four. They have to be tighter, closer together. Delo can't go wandering. The game he's been playing, I don't think it suits him. He just needs to stick to being a left full-back in this game. Mazraoui on the right, he just needs to stick in there, and that's where you get compact. And I do agree, Ugarte for me is targeted for this game. We talk about rotation, not happy about the rotation comments from Ten Hag with Marcus Rashford. Some believe it, some don't. But with Ugarte and Mainu, I think they were targeted and left out for this game. So tough in the middle, stay together, stay compact, and as United fans, that's one thing he asked. Let's try and stay together and back this team today.
Yeah, I was saying on Friday about Maguire and that I think he should start in this game. And I've gone a little bit 50-50 now, and I'm thinking, should he be changing the back four? Should he be changing that partnership? Should we have patience with Martinez and De Ligt? Because it's only early in their careers as a partnership, and you've got to have patience in forming partnerships. The only problem is, has Erik ten Hag got the time to keep playing them to and hoping that they do form a partnership quickly? If he does start him, let's hope they'd start and kick off from the first minute against Aston Villa, because, like we've seen in many of the games as well this season, from the first minute in the first half, teams are already flying at us on our back four, putting pressure on the defence. We see it in the second half within 2 minutes, the same thing reoccurring over and over again. And Man United need to be solid. And like I say, let's try and sit compact in them first 5-10 minutes, keep things simple, get a few passes strung together, and let's build on that confidence from there. And then let's get them balls forward, because I do believe Garnacho and Rashford can hurt Aston Villa going down the flanks.
Well, I do believe you're just delaying the inevitable. What's your score?
I actually think this will be a high-scoring game. The facts tell you, the way Man United and Erik ten Hag are setting up recently, Villa are no mugs, top manager in the dugout, and a top group of players who has got well drilled in this Aston Villa team. So I'm expecting a crazy scoreline, to be honest. I really am. I think it's going to be something like... I think Man United are going to win. I don't know why, based on previous performances. The thing I'm going off is, when Erik ten Hag is so close, when the media hyping it up, intensifying his job, that he's one game away from the sack, he pulls a result out. And that's why I'm basing this off, that Man United will go to Villa and win there. Maybe Aston Villa have took their eye off the ball with a huge win, great win for them against Bayern Munich. The way Man United are playing at the moment, they'll think that it's an easy game for him to just turn up and pass a few balls about, and they'll score lots of goals, which I do, like I say, think there will be goals in this game. And I'm going to go with like a 4-3 Manchester United.
Well, we're both going for a win. A lot of people out there might think we're absolutely mad, but we've got hope, so let's just hope they win.
Yeah, we're definitely up for it. We will be doing 2 match reactions straight after the game, so get that notification on. Let's hope we can get the 3 points, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.